Welcome back to another video. I'm David D. This is PRM. Okay, so political violence has just been formally normalized in the United States of America. Donald John Trump has been acquitted 57-43 in his impeachment trial. So you had 7 members of the GOP crossing over to vote guilty. The conservative wing, the Mitt Romneys, the Susan Collinses, those types of people, Murkowski. And yeah, so they didn't get 2/3, which is what the Constitution states, and they only got 7 votes. I think they needed 16 or 17, and that didn't happen. So yeah, totally disgraceful. This was a slam dunk. This is just textbook partisan hackery, gaslighting like we've never seen before. Even though we saw it a lot in this past 4 years, this is still, they keep setting records with the gaslighting. It's really something to behold. But, none of us really said, oh yeah, there's a chance he's going to be found guilty. No one was really holding their breath on that, okay? But the precedent that has been set is one that legitimizes and encourages political violence in the future. It's guaranteed. That's the tragic thing here, is that there are no political ramifications of a sitting U.S. president to cite violence that got people killed. There's going to be no ramifications for it when it happens again. That's what was said today. That's the precedent that has been set by these craven, unbelievably craven GOP bootlickers who are so overtly concerned with power, they will put their party over country, over the morally objective thing to do. It's more of the same. No one's shocked once again, but like I said, it's the future that we have to be concerned about now more than ever. Because since there was no accountability for a sitting U.S. president and his incitement of a riot that led to death and destruction, it's all but guaranteed to be normalized and for it to happen again and again. And I see us moving into, the GOP has obviously moved unapologetically and unbridled into fascism, okay? When 7 conservatives vote and 43 don't vote guilty, those 43 have basically stated they're moving on to fascism. And, there's just the remnants, these 7 lonely conservatives of conscience, they're the old guard that is dying. So, once again, political violence has now been normalized. Conservatives have been, against, throughout history, conservatives have been against fascism because fascists don't care about democracy, you see. And the GOP does, on the conservative side, even though it's thin, even though it's on thin ice, they still uphold it. But that's gone away now. They believe they can only win future elections if they move into unbridled fascist territory. Okay? So, the future, if we don't stay involved against these fascists, we're going to have problems like we've never seen before. And we're likely going to have have problems no matter what, but it's just about how bad is it gonna be, right? So it's like we have to stay involved. We can't go back to sleep politically. You have to stay involved. You have to stay voting for progressive candidates. You have to be voting against these people. These people are guiding us into fascist territory for the sake of their own craven political means. Okay? That's all they care about. They do not care about what the future holds for me and you and the country abroad. It's all about power, their voters, and that's it. Okay? So we have to show up against this because we are students of history. We do adhere to what has happened in the past and how democracies slide into fascism. It is a step-by-step process, and we are aware of this, and we will be fighting against it, and we will form a united front against it. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're libertarian. I don't care if you're a progressive. I don't care if you're independent. I do not care. There must be a united front against where the GOP is headed, and that, where they are headed, is unchecked, unbridled fascism that allows political violence, that has normalized political violence at the very top. We're not talking about some localized thing. At the top, they are fine with the U.S. president committing high crimes and misdemeanors for the sake of their own craven political power, and they're cool with political violence now. That's what they said today. Stay involved. Do not turn away.